Good afternoon, everyone. Notwithstanding what Donald Trump continues to say, the affordability crisis in America is very real. It is a clear and present danger to the economic well-being of working class Americans, middle class Americans, and everyday Americans. Donald Trump and Republicans have failed the country when it comes to the economy. Republicans promised that they were going to lower the high cost of living on day one of Donald Trump's presidency. But costs haven't gone down in the United States of America. Costs have gone up under failed Republican policies. Housing costs are out of control. Grocery costs are out of control. Healthcare costs are out of control. Utility bills are out of control. And child care costs are out of control. The affordability crisis in the United States of America is very real. Republicans have failed to lower the high cost of living. And as a result of the Trump tariffs, costs are going up by thousands of dollars per year on everyday Americans. Democrats remain committed to driving down the high cost of living, to fixing our broken healthcare system, and to ensuring that we have immigration enforcement policies in this country that are fair, just, and humane. Republicans have failed America on affordability, on healthcare, on immigration enforcement, and they have failed to make life better for the American people. Questions?
Thank you. It's looking increasingly likely that there might need to be some sort of short-term stopgap for DHS with the deadline approaching at the end of the week and no agreement in place yet. I'm just curious if there's any chance you would vote for or allow your members to vote for a short-term CR to do a clean extension of DHS just to give more time for negotiations.
ICE is out of control right now. The American people know it, and ICE clearly needs to be reined in. Taxpayer dollars should be used to make life more affordable for everyday Americans, not brutalize and kill American citizens. Our position has been clear. Dramatic changes are needed at the Department of Homeland Security before a DHS funding bill moves forward. Period. Full stop.
Thank you, Senator. As these negotiations are happening, the Homeland Security Committee will hold an oversight hearing tomorrow with elected from the heads of ICE, CBP, and USCIS. What do you think the heads of these agencies need to say to the American people to, communicate that they understand the gravity of your demands, the gravity of the moment? You all say that ICE needs to be reined in. You have very, very obvious concerns about what's happening in terms of the president's immigration policy. What do you need to hear from some of his administration officials tomorrow at this hearing to let you know that your message is getting through, at least to the administration?
Donald Trump and the administration promised that their immigration enforcement policies were going to target violent felons. They lied to the American people. The Trump administration is not targeting violent felons. They're targeting American citizens, communities throughout this country, and law-abiding immigrant families. The American people know that ICE is completely and totally out of control. They've gone too far and need to be reined in. At the hearing this week, Trump administration officials should apologize to the American people for using their taxpayer dollars to unleash wicked brutality on the American people, and in some cases, kill them in cold blood, like Renee Nicole Good and Alex Preddy. The administration also needs to commit to the dramatic changes that Democrats have forcefully put on the table, including but not limited to mandatory body cameras, judicial warrant requirements, no masks, an end to roving patrols that are brutalizing American communities, no racial profiling, no targeting of sensitive locations like schools, hospitals, houses of worship, and polling sites, and independent investigations to ensure that when ICE officials break the law, state and local officials can investigate them and prosecute anyone who has committed a crime in the United States of America. House and Senate Democrats have clearly transmitted to the American people and clearly transmitted to the White House and our colleagues in the House and the Senate the types of dramatic changes that need to occur at the Department of Homeland Security before a funding bill moves forward this Friday, and we're still waiting to hear back from the White House. Which shows to me that these extremists aren't serious about getting ICE under control.
Thanks, Mr. Leader. So now that the Epstein files are available at the Department of Justice unredacted, is there a strategy? Obviously, there are millions of files. Is there any coordination among Democrats for who is looking for what? And are you, or is anyone in leadership going to be taking advantage of that opportunity?
Well, on this matter, where the American people in general and the survivors in particular are seeking full accountability and full transparency, Robert Garcia and the Oversight Democrats, along with Jamie Raskin and the Judiciary Committee Democrats, will continue to take the lead. The lead will also continue to be taken by the Democratic Women's Caucus, led by Teresa Ledger Fernandez, who has worked closely with the Epstein survivors throughout this Congress and will continue to do so. Thanks. Back.
Legislator Jeffries, the House voted unanimously to strip out that provision the Senate put into the appropriations package that would allow senators to sue the government over justice investigations and get money back. There's now a hearing on telecom companies tomorrow in the Senate. Lindsey Graham has said he's trying to get some version of this through the Senate in the future that would allow for a private cause of action by private groups who have their phone records similarly pulled. Is something like that entirely dead in the House of Representatives? Would you consider sort of legislation like that?
We'll have to take a look at any bipartisan proposal that relates to allowing everyday Americans to vindicate their rights under the law, if in fact those privacy rights have been violated. But the continuing temper tantrum being thrown by Lindsey Graham perplexes me. I don't get it. Like, there's enough corruption taking place coming out of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue right now, the most corrupt administration in American history, Donald Trump and his sycophants running the largest pay-to-play scheme ever seen, focused on enriching themselves, their family members, and their friends, as opposed to actually addressing the affordability crisis or driving down the high cost of living. Republicans in the House and the Senate have shown no interest in dealing with the affordability crisis and no interest in fixing our broken healthcare system. I would suggest that John Thune and others actually pass the straightforward extension of the Affordable Care Act tax credits. Focus on that so we can actually restore affordable health care for tens of millions of Americans who are right now facing dramatically increased health care premiums. In some cases, seeing their premiums increase by $1,000 or $2,000 per month. That's unacceptable here in the wealthiest country in the history of the world, and Senate Republicans have done nothing about it. After House Democrats, partnering with 17 House Republicans, sent over a month ago a straightforward extension of the Affordable Care Act tax credits.
Elizabeth Warren said she would support a funding bill that essentially funds every portion of DHS except for ICE and CBP. A, is that something you would support? And B, if it is, would that not be basically giving up all the rest of the leverage, given that the big beautiful bill funded those two agencies
We don't look at the moment that we're in as exercising leverage over the other side. We want to fund the government in a manner that actually promotes the health, the safety, and the economic well-being of the American people. The ball is in the Republicans' court right now. We sent over a proposal. We've given them legislative language as it relates to the types of dramatic reforms of DHS that the American people are demanding, and we've heard nothing but crickets from the other side. That says to me that Republicans are preparing to shut down the Coast Guard, shut down FEMA, and shut down TSA because they'd rather see that outcome than actually force ICE and other parts of DHS to conduct themselves like every other law enforcement agency in the country. That's what we're asking for at this point. Police officers don't wear masks. County sheriffs don't wear masks. State troopers don't wear masks. Why are Republicans committed to unleashing masked ICE or CBP agents on the streets of America to visit brutality on American citizens while at the same time targeting law-abiding immigrant families? It's all so completely and totally unhinged, unacceptable, and un-American. So this is on Republicans right now in terms of what happens on Friday. The clock is ticking. We'll sit down with anyone, anytime, any place. But our demands for dramatic ICE reform are clear.